Hello, fellow fulfillment seekers. As the year comes to an end, many of us, myself included, are reflecting on our goals. We are looking at what worked, what didn't, and what we can do better, which is great. But this can cause unnecessary stress and anxiety, especially if things didn't go as planned. So I just want to offer a perspective on how we can do this better to continue to fall in line with God's purpose and find fulfillment. One of our Christian brothers, Brother Wilson, recently said something very simple, which resonated with me. He said the first is to forgive yourself. Learning to forgive yourself is liberating because holding onto the past can get you stuck and you never move forward. I personally didn't accomplish all of my goals. Especially, I didn't accomplish my goal of creating more content for this channel, for which I sincerely apologize. But I had to learn to let go. Otherwise, I wouldn't come back. I wouldn't come back at all because of where I left off. My favorite quote from Pastor Johnson of blessed memory is live in the moment. For a rigid planner like me, with a fully scheduled calendar each month, I couldn't understand how to live in the moment. But when I finally understood what he meant and embraced it, I found peace. It helped me create the space and the flexibility to let God work through me. Philippians 4:6-7, which is my favorite verse, reminds me all the time that I should not be anxious about anything, but in all things through prayer, I should let my requests known to God, and the peace of God will guard my heart and mind through Christ Jesus. So I hold on to this. When you forgive yourself and everybody else in between, it releases the anxiety and provides the peace to focus on the moment. Matthew chapter 6 verse 34 says, not to worry about tomorrow. And Isaiah 43:18 also tells us to forget about the past. So when you forget about the past and not worry about tomorrow, what's left is the moment right now. Now, that's where you can find peace to focus on what God is doing. In verse 19 of Isaiah 43, God says, I'm doing a new thing. Do you not perceive it? I'm making a way in the wilderness, streams in the wasteland. And you read this and you're like, God is telling us he's doing something new. Are we not perceiving it? We are basically not perceiving it because we are focused on so many things. If we don't live in the moment, we get distracted and we miss God's plan. It is only by living in the moment that we can see the new things that God is doing and what he has in store for us. So as we enter the new year, let us align our resolution, our plans, our goals, however we call it, with God's purpose. Let's learn to forgive ourselves and everyone in between that may have prevented us from meeting our goals. Let's release the anxiety and the stress to provide a space for God to direct us as we live in him in the moment. Let's embrace God's plans for our lives to find fulfillment. Remain blessed.